Hey y'all, Tim Bratz here with Legacy Podcast. Today I'm sitting down with Moldrik, who owns Legacy Digital. She has a branding and marketing agency that does all things branding and marketing, and including something called reputation management. And I just hired them to do some reputation management stuff for several of my apartment buildings and some of my businesses that, we had to take these properties back over from third-party management, and they had a bad reputation, and we had to completely turn things around. And you're going to learn a lot of takeaways of things that they do and ways that they can improve your online presence, your online visibility, your online ratings, and reputation, all through these different hacks and strategies that they utilize in Legacy Digital. So I'm excited for her to share these things with you. You're going to get a ton of value out of this episode. Q, what's going on, girl?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, doing awesome. Well, thank you for being on Legacy Podcast. We got some good stuff going on. Legacy Digital, you've been on here a couple of times, right? And talked about how to increase your online presence on social media, how to improve social media. We'll tag to those videos and stuff so people can go back and watch some of those. But specifically, one of the things that you're doing that I really wanted to bring you guys on for is this reputation management stuff. And you guys have made a big impact across several of my properties. And for some backstory for the audience and the listeners is I hate third-party property managers. I friggin' hate them, and I want to put them out of business. And I'm going to put them out of business through my smart management property management software, and we will eradicate the planet of shitty property management companies, all right? That's my goal.
Mark his words.
Hey, it will happen. And a lot of the impetus of this was we bring in third-party management, they talk a big game, here's how we do, and here's all the amazing things that we did. And the financials never improved at the properties. Everything was stagnant or going in backwards, and we ended up firing them. And in one scenario, we brought in new third-party management. In another scenario, we just built out in-house property management in this state that we didn't in-house manage anything, and build it all out in order to then have the transparency, in order to have real-time data, in order to be proactive instead of reactive on all the operations. And one of the things we found was we found hundreds of thousands of dollars of aged payables due to vendors that these management companies were not paying. And these vendors now weren't willing to work at the property, and they were giving us bad reviews that we don't pay our bills. And we didn't even know from an ownership perspective that was the case. It's this third-party management company that drove our reputation into the ground with those vendors. Not only that, but the tenants weren't being taken care of. Maintenance wasn't being done. New leads were not being followed up with. And so all these tenants were leaving horrible reviews on the property as well, which then created a downward spiral of people interested in going to rent from us. They go and Google the complex, and they see the reviews are 2 and at best 3-star reviews, and they're like not interested. And so now we're not able to attract quality tenants. Now we only have unqualified people, right? It's battling, it's trying to swim upstream in a very heavy current, right? It's like, it was very, very difficult. And so there are certain things that people can do in order to put themselves in a better position on Google reviews and managing the reputation. So I want to dive into that because I brought you guys in on 7 different properties of mine. All of them are $10 million or more properties. And so, you guys are managing really $100 million of assets for me and the reputation of those assets in order to just reposition them after being slaughtered by third-party management. And so let's talk about that process, what you guys do, how you guys do it, and how we've completely turned things around in order to then have more reviews, have better star rating reviews, and then create clarity in all the unhappy customers and how we're able to then take care of that and make sure that that doesn't become public. Privately, we hear about it, and that's a big deal. So talk to me about reputation management. How did it come to be? What do you guys got going on? Who's the ideal customer? And let's talk through all that.
Absolutely, yeah. So as you know, we have a full-service marketing agency, so we do everything from branding, social media, paid ads, SEO, website development, email marketing, really anything digital. But this new service that we're adding, reputation management, is truly the anchor and the nucleus that drives people to all these other marketing efforts, right? And it's super affordable, which is my favorite part about it. But when somebody is researching anything, right, this service is for any business, but specifically for you. If someone's looking for apartments in Albany, Georgia, they're going to type in Google apartments in Albany, Georgia. And immediately you're going to be stacked against all of your competitors from the perspective of a 5-star review. And the layman's mind, within the first 5 to 10 seconds, immediately just goes through and scans those star reviews first. So they look for 4+ stars. Anything under 4, immediately they lose credibility. They think this place is a shit box, right?
I mean, think about it just from ordering things on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
whenever I order anything on Amazon, I'm looking for who has the highest star reviews and making sure that there's a lot of those reviews. If there's 12 people that have given all 5-star reviews, I don't trust that as much as 2,200 people that have a 4.7 star rating. But I'm looking for the star rating first, and then I'm looking for the number of reviews.
Yeah, and so that's the psychology of it. So you look through, your first scan is that review of stars, and then you're like, okay, they have 5 stars, but if they only have 2 reviews, credibility lost, right? But the next step of it, if you have 4 or 5 stars, 256 reviews, people then are going to click and look at the reviews, right? They want to see the validity, and they want to see like what experience other tenants or your consumer is having at that.
And I would think like the more recent carry more weight than the older ones too.
Absolutely. So if there's a review that hasn't, or they go and they collect 5 stars, 263 reviews, but there hasn't been a review in 3 months, credibility is lost, right? So the frequency of reviews is very, very important, and that's what this system does. And the best part about it, it's organic, right? It's actually your clients that are being put into this funnel and leaving real reviews.
Real clients, real reviews.
Yes, and what I like about it for your specific scenario, as you're transitioning from this shitbox property management third-party company to your team, your current internal team, you're stabilizing right now. You are putting out fires, and you don't know where the fires are right now. So the way our system works, very simply put, you're putting your client list, your email list, so we just need your client name, their email, and their phone number. They're put into this marketing funnel where they get email series, they get SMS campaigns, and we have some like tangible printed concepts that we could put QR codes on your desk. We could implement email signatures, embed it on your website, many locations where we could have this clickable access that leads them to this funnel that's thumbs up or thumbs down, right? If it's thumbs up, it takes them directly to the review page. And it's not just Google, right? For you, we do apartments.com, forrent.com. It's really industry specific. Like for someone in trades business, Angie's List would be really good. Someone in restaurants, Resi, Yelp, OpenTable. So we could cater the review or the review listing to whatever platform that your consumers are on to try to find you. But thumbs up takes them directly to that. And we know if you click thumbs up, you're already in a positive mindset. You're gonna go in and leave a positive review. The thumbs down is where we're able to redirect those negative reviews. So for you, right now, we're sending out all these surveys to your current tenants who are not happy because you guys are in this transition phase, you're stabilizing, and we're getting a lot of thumbs down. But what happens is a form pops up, we get their name, their email, their phone number, and they could vent and say all the nasty things that they want. As soon as they hit that send button, it goes directly to your property manager team's email, and they could respond to it right away and take care of it. It never goes live on the actual platform.
So it stays completely private. Anything that's thumbs down or somebody's unhappy, they vent. It's like they're giving a review, and so it gets that anger off their chest, but it stays private. It comes into your internal system, so that way your team can then reach out to that tenant or reach out to that client and make sure that they can rectify whatever problem is being faced. If they put a thumbs up, they're happy, drive them straight to Google, drive them straight to Resi, drive them straight to Yelp, and let them give the 5-star review there. And so what it does is it hits it in the face before it hits you in the face,
100%.
right? It gets in front of it before you have to react to it. It's a very proactive approach to considerably increasing the number of reviews and the quality of the reviews and the recent reviews and consistency in reviews. And so it essentially just gets ahead of it. And so for a restaurant, they can take all the reservations with all the phone numbers, shoot out a text message campaign. Hey, click on this, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and then any thumbs up goes straight to Yelp, any thumbs down come to the restaurant, and then they can say, hey, here's a $25 off gift card for the headaches or problems or whatever. And so for us, for the tenants, we were able to then drive all the thumbs up. We're rebranding. We changed all the names,
Yep.
and we're rebranding everything, and in order to show that we have new management and everything's being taken care of. So the tenants who are happy with that are being driven over there, giving us thumbs up and giving positive reviews. The existing tenant base who was used to the previous management company, who was angry about all this stuff, might be a thumbs down. And we're now able to understand what's happening with deferred maintenance,
Yep.
right? They stopped putting in work orders because the previous management company wasn't taking care of them, but that's not something that we have access to because they think that we're not gonna then respond. But now, with this service, we've been able to understand that and retain a lot of tenants who would have left
Absolutely.
if we didn't have a proactive approach. And
Yep.
if we gotta turn a unit and we have to lease it up and there's vacancy in there, like we're talking about $10,000 of expense versus paying for that. Like what is it? It's $250 a month or
Yeah,
something like that,
super
right?
cheap.
And so like if I save one tenant, it pays for it for the next 3 years.
Absolutely.
Just from this service. And so it's very quantifiable of the ROI that you're going to gain. That's direct right there. And there's an unquantifiable amount also of all the new tenant leads that are going to start coming in because you have a positive
Absolutely.
review basis.
Absolutely, yeah. And the one thing that I do want to point out, full transparency, this doesn't stop negative reviews from coming in. So let's say hypothetically a tenant, something happened, they're pissed. They could go on Google and post it. But what this service does is the consistency of it, right? We upload your new tenant list every single month. It pushes it down, right? So it might affect that scale a little bit, but if it's like, we could replace it with 10 positive reviews, it's pushed down. So
Yep.
people won't be able to see it. So there's so many different factors that align with how we could funnel people in a certain way and people organically going on there. But the purpose of the system is to find out, to redirect the negative reviews, push down the organic negative reviews that are going on your page and to create consistency in the flow of everything. And it's really great for service-based businesses too. So whether you're a veterinarian or you're a plumber or you have a salon, car service, anything.
Yeah, you got a gym membership or a gym,
Yeah.
like a trainer.
Yeah.
It's literally any service because everybody reviews online before they ever go and hire that person.
Yep, exactly. And the best time for what I'm learning in the service-based industry, let's say you're a plumber and you go to somebody's house, the best time to ask for a review is immediately after that service. So that's where we have the tangible, printable review, cards that you could give somebody and say, hey, if you wouldn't mind taking 30 seconds to leave a review, it really helps my business. And at that point, the consumer is so happy with the service. There's this dopamine rush, everything's fixed. They had a good relationship with the service provider. And it's while they're driving away, the review is being left. So we'll work with you based off of your business, your industry, the volume that comes in. For Legacy Digital, we don't have hundreds of clients every month. We bring on 1 to 2 clients maybe per month. So we have low volume. So we have different tools and capabilities to get those 1 to 2 clients to leave reviews. And if you have, also when are you asking for those reviews? In service-based business, if I get plumbing done and I get an email a week later, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna leave a review,
Delete, too
right?
busy.
Exactly. So we have so many different catered ways to basically coach our clients who use reputation management on the best practices to optimize their reviews.
So here's the thing. There's practices that a lot of businesses have right now that are already, they're already asking their clients for a Google review. How is this different? What you guys are doing different than that practice that they're already utilizing?
Absolutely. It's automated, right? So you don't have to work on building out email campaigns, asking your clients for these reviews, calls. There's so much. I actually just did a lunch and learn on this yesterday, and there's a woman that was actually picking up the phone and calling and asking for reviews. She's building out emails requesting reviews, and I guarantee you she's probably spending at least 10 hours a month just doing that basic administrative work, right? So this is $250 a month. All you have to do is send us your email list once a month. Your property management team has it auto sent to me once a month, so they don't even have to do anything. And even the onboarding of it takes maybe 3 minutes. It's just a quick form you fill out, so it's such a light lift compared to so many other digital marketing efforts that require a lot of data, a lot of time, a lot of, white glove components to making something come to life, whether you're building out an email, building out a website, building out a social campaign. This is something that's immediate gratification because you're going to experience an ROI on it within 30 days or less.
I think you quantifying it makes a lot of sense, right? Because if some business owner is spending 10 hours a month on a service that they could staff out for $250 a month, they're essentially making $25 an hour.
Right.
And depending on the business, I would think the business owner should be making more than $25 an hour, right?
Right.
Any business owner should be driving towards $1,000 an hour activities, not $25 an hour activities. That's something that's easily staffed out.
Yeah.
Obviously, in this case, like you guys can handle it, and they don't need to be doing that. And I think for me, sending you guys a list on a monthly basis, having the property management company send a list on a monthly basis makes sense. For the service-based businesses, like they can submit that list on a weekly basis or twice a week and make sure that it gets out. So that way it's more relevant, it's more timely, like we were talking about before.
Absolutely. And one other thing a story I like to tell that really just proves that this service is just needed for everything. Let's say you own a landscaping business, it's called Tim's Landscaping, and you got a big old truck wrapped out in Tim's Landscaping, and I am landscaping my yard. You're parked outside of Home Depot, I'm walking past you, and I'm like, wow, I should just hire Tim's Landscaping to do this. The first thing I'm going to do is Google Tim's Landscaping. Now, you probably spent $10,000 to $15,000 on that wrap for marketing purposes. That drove me to Google you, but then when I Googled Tim's Landscaping, it's gonna line you up against other landscapers in your area, and if your online Googles or Google reviews are 3 stars, or you have little reviews, or there's not any positivity or frequency in it, I'm gonna go to the next person down, right? So that $15,000 wrap that you bought is driving your potential leads to your competitors. Yeah, so that's just something to put in perspective. We put so much money into marketing. I mean, I have a business around it.
This is the most important thing.
Yeah, this is the first step that people take before they click the website, before they go to your social media, before they really take any action. And it's super cheap, super cheap.
I mean, it makes it, so why would a business, why is it important to then maintain it long term? Like, why not hire you guys for 3 months, attack the client list with 100 people over the past year versus another 5 or 10 people a month or something like that, and let's just hit those 100 clients. Let's try to boost the number of reviews, boost the value and the star rating of those reviews, and then cancel the service. Like, does that make sense for somebody to do, like a one-time 3-month stint?
I mean, it works.
Or should it be an ongoing thing?
It should 100% be an ongoing. It'll work in that moment, but as soon as you stop doing it, the reviews will stop coming in, and then you lose that credibility of frequency and consistency with everything. I actually just listened to a case study on this yesterday, and it was a hotel in Tucson, Arizona called Hacienda, and they're more of a local regional hotel in that area, but they're being lined up against JW Marriott and like Hilton's when people are searching hotels in their area, and they already have 4.9 stars, 2,000 reviews, but you look at JW Marriott and Hilton and all these other competitors, and they are at 4.7 stars, but they have 10,000 reviews, right? So the consistency of bringing those reviews in just sets you apart long-term from your competitors, right? And like I said, that time gap, because people do look at it. Reviews are how people make decisions, right? And if they see a time gap that's over 30 days, credibility is lost right away. So
I agree. I have a complex, you know about it, like the one in Houston, Texas, and we had a management company that straight up defrauded the property. We had news channels that were out there. We had people's ceilings caving in. We had like all this horrible branding, right? That was not branding, but reputational issues that happened with the building because of the previous management company. We stepped in, cleared all, and like it was like 1.5, 1.8 star reviews or something like that. It was like absolutely horrible, and everybody was talking smack about this complex. We stepped in, we took over management, we took care of all the deferred maintenance, we brought in quality tenants, we made sure that they had a clean, safe, functional place to live, and I think we took over in February of 23. From the time that we came in February 23, let's call it May, within 90 days, every review from May of 23 until the end, and until today, they've all been 4 and 5 star reviews, right? Everybody's happy. And although it's taken a lot of effort and a lot of reviews to push it up into the 3s and into the 4s now, our storyline with the tenants, our storyline with the lenders, our storyline with our investors has been, look at the past 12 months, right? Look at the past 18 months. All the bad reviews were from before that.
Right.
All the great reviews are recent. And so it's given a lot of confidence to our lender. It's given a lot of confidence to our investors. It's given a lot of confidence to new tenants because of that exact reasons. The relevancy of the current reviews, the recent reviews, not just the overall star rating.
Yeah, and it's like a fucking GPA, right? You fail a class and your GPA drops dramatically, and you have to work so hard to get it back up to where you want it to go. It's the same thing, but if you work it, it works, right? And what you were saying about like how people perceive those negative reviews and how you respond to them is really important. So with your specific team, because they're in a stabilization period with some of your properties, with the transition to property management, we built out a custom chat GPT for them. So basically they could copy the review, the negative review, and we've trained the GPT to basically say, hey, we're a new property management team that has just taken over. We hear you. We are doing everything in our power to stabilize and fix all the issues. If there's anything else that you need, please let us know. So that's like the basic prompt for it. And then we copy and paste whatever the negative review is, and the prompt trains that review to make it super personalized, but it lets them know the current status. Like what you see is not the new reality. But when people are going to look at the new tenants that are interested or looking at the reviews, they see those positive responses. They see that property management team has changed and that they're handling those individual issues. So you're knocking out two birds with one stone. You're handling the current tenant who's pissed and letting them know that the transition's happening. And then when the potential tenant is looking, they could be like, oh, this negative review was from an old property management team. So creating, like you said, creating that storyline through the responses and the narrative of your reviews is very important.
I agree. I agree. No, I think it's an awesome service. We've got you on 7 different properties right now, and I think our management company, our in-house management company,
for hiring too. We were talking about that. Like if you have a low star review and people you're trying to hire, people go look and see, oh, they have 2 stars. The owner must be a dick. You know, that's the first thing people think. So that's also
literally it's every vertical. It's recruiting tenants.
Yeah.
Right. It's existing tenants. It is potential investors have Googled the property and said, hey, you know, it's a bad property. It's got bad reviews. Got this or that.
Yep.
The investor or the lenders have done that also. Of like, hey, we've seen all these bad reviews and seen that, you know, somebody just said it looks like it's abandoned or whatever. And for buyers, right? If you're looking to sell that property, one of the first things we do when we go to buy a property is we Google it, right? Yeah. And we look at what are the reviews, what are people in the area saying about this property, and making sure that it's a positive thing. So like, if you are struggling right now with operations in your business or in your real estate holdings, like this is a critical component that's going to make everything easier. It's going to make it easier to raise money. It's going to make it easier to obtain loans. It's going to make it easier to hire staff and hire team members. It's going to make it easier to then sell and exit that property or exit that business whenever that time comes too. And everything, it's not just the one-time client that you're trying to attract. It is all these other components that carry so much more weight than even that one-time client that is the make or break on everything. And when I think about it from like what's the investment versus the return on the investment, it's like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it is. It makes me so excited because it helps. For me personally, I have a soft heart for small businesses, and this is something that could help any business in any industry, and it moves the needle instantly. Like social and digital, sometimes return is hard to monitor, but there's a return on this, and it 100% works, and it will make everything else that you do in your marketing efforts 10x.
And so affordable. So it's awesome. You guys have made a dramatic impact on our properties in just past the couple months that we've been utilizing this service, and I'm excited to see it grow. I'm excited because I think your business is going to crush and grow like crazy because of this service, because it's so desirable, it's so needed, and it carries so much weight, and it's so affordable that any small business owner can utilize it. And I think it's going to be great for your business. It's going to be great for those businesses, and it's a win-win all around. So, congrats.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
you. Well, thank you for being here. Obviously, this is something that you can do on your own, but I like the idea of find the who to do the how, find the who to do the what. And if they have systems and processes and everything built out for a pretty nominal cost, I would definitely reach out to Q. We'll link her contact information in the show notes here. So that way you can reach out to her, communicate, see if it's something that would work and be a good value for your business. Because I think a lot of us small business owners can really benefit from the services that this reputation management helps with. So it's helped me out with 7 different properties, our management company. So I have 8 different businesses right now just because of how much of an impact it's been able to make for us in repositioning, our reputation across all these different properties and all these different businesses. So really appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section below. If you would, do me a favor and just like the video, subscribe, because we drop these episodes every single week right here on the Legacy Wealth channel. So we'll see you next Sunday on the Legacy Podcast. Be your best.